The ban list is finally here. Alright, guys, so the Yu-Gi-Oh! Ban list is out, and I am ready to talk about what Konami has done. Um, well, as you can see, here we are already. We're looking at the forbidden list. What cards that have been forbidden. Starting off right away, Arch Nemesis Protos. So I honestly am not surprised that this card got hit. Sword Soul has been dominating the meta, and it has also just been a pain for most players to be able to deal with this card. The fact that it is searchable outside of its own archetype and can be just put on the field, and you just literally lock your opponent out of an entire attribute for a whole turn. Yeah, no, it's not surprising. I honestly think this card, Protos, being hit makes it so that Sword Soul is still a strong deck, just no longer can lock your opponent completely out of the game when they go first. With certain matchups, knowing that DPE, Dragoon are big cards that are people are playing to outboards and make the game balance outside of playing the Sword Soul deck. This card being hit definitely makes it so that now people actually have a chance to play against the Sword Soul matchup. Moving on from that, Ava. I actually thought Ava should have been banned in the last list. I thought putting it into one was pointless, and as you can see, like the fact that they now banned it after putting it into one, it was pointless. Putting Ava to one did not stop Drytron from accumulating a number of negates. If anything, all it did was just change the route of the combo. And so, Drytron players started putting Ava in hand in mid combo with Benten, and then discarding it so that they still ended up with a guaranteed three negates on the next turn. So, Ava being banned, I thought absolutely was 100% correct. Absolutely. On to the next. Now, this one I am mildly surprised, but at the same time, not. The Zamorg hit is definitely something that probably should have been answered a while ago as well. It's just now it's gotten to a point where it's so consistent that they had to hit it. Bird Up, there were other decks besides Bird Up, prior to Bird Up, I should say, that was using Zamorg to their advantage to bring out, the Mist Valley and, help block and create infinite negate, especially back when Union Carrier was a thing. But I think they realized that, Zamorg is just itself. It was either hit the Zamorg or maybe hit the Mist Valley. I guess hitting the Zamorg was probably literally the root and needed to be done. So I'm not against it. I am a little surprised, but definitely not against it. IO, yes, Jesus. Okay, Imperial Order, I thought was a mistake taking off the ban list in the first place. The card is just by itself, hands down. Even with the errata, it's just ridiculously strong. The errata did not make much of a difference. The fact that you had to pay 700 every turn, that wasn't that big a deal. 700 is not a big cost to pay, and you're literally locking your opponent out of spell cards. It's like, in all honesty, a good 40% of the deck is being locked away if you don't open an immediate quick play to out the Imperial Order. So IO definitely needed to be hit. That's not surprising. I don't think this card is healthy for the game at all, period. And so yes, not surprising at all. Moving on to the limited cards. All right, so the Strudo. Very interesting to see that this card is off the list. People are going to definitely put use to this. I think this will actually help out Dragon Link as well as like some Dark Warrior decks and stuff like that. Quite a bit. I don't know if it's gonna be uh, completely overwhelming, but I mean, yes, it's a this is a good card, and so we'll see what happens with it in the meta. You guys, let me know your opinions on what you think about this because I'm unsure if this is a good thing or not. Fairy Tale Snow. At one, I think it's going to be okay. Not sure. I honestly am not sure at all. It's this is going to be a very very interesting choice of cards to have to play around and deal with now. So uh, it was a pretty dominating card when it was out, and especially when it was at three. At one, I don't think it won't. I don't think it'll be as dominating. But at the same time, with decks like freaking Albaz Strike coming out soon, and this being a very good target to throw in the graveyard for Albaz to use as fusion material, it seems pretty scary to put this card back in the game. So we'll see how this goes, and then hopefully, it won't be too bad for the meta. Astrograph, Sorcerer. Pendulum players, rejoice. All right. I don't know if this is enough. If you've been playing Master Duels, Astrograph is on Master Duels, and I have played against it myself. I have been playing Master Duels quite a bit, and I mean, it card is good, but it's definitely not dominating. So I think Astrograph is going to be okay in the meta right now. They're slowly giving Pendulums back a lot, and hopefully it'll make Pendulums playable. I don't mind Pendulums. I'm actually looking forward to some of the new Pendulum archetypes that are coming out. So hopefully that'll help out in the long run. Lunalight Tiger. I actually have never played against Lunalight Tiger. Lunalight's very much at all, so I'm not sure why Lunalight Tiger is going to be a big deal or not. I don't have much of an opinion on this situation. All right, this card, another hit to bird up. All right, this card, it was out for a bit anyway, and it's not surprising that they hit it. This definitely slows down the consistency. This helps make the deck susceptible to hand traps now. Now playing a hand trap against the deck doesn't seem so pointless. This will also make cards like Ash Blossom seem more relevant in the decks now. Like, that card being hit to one is definitely going to be big, and it's going to help quite a bit against that matchup. Monster Gate back in the game. I don't know. Monster Gate. This is an interesting card. I mean, granted that there are other cards that just got on the list as well, that got off the list as well, that makes this seem okay. But Monster Gates, card decks like Infernoids and other decks that allows you to just mill your deck, it's kind of scary. So we'll have to see where this goes. Maybe this will also help out some of the older rogue decks, like maybe Lightsworn might get a little use out of it, or maybe even Chaos Dragon might actually be able to play it more. Dragon Link, I don't know. But Monster Gate is a really solid card, and seeing it come off the list is very, very, very interesting. This card is super surprising to me, but at the same time, realizing how abusable this card has been over the past year or so, it's not 100% surprising. Pot of Desires going to one. Yes, this is literally, it's a pot of greed with a heavy cost. You banish top 10 cards of your deck to draw 2 cards. Obviously, if it gets hit by Ash, you lose completely, 10% of your deck instantly right off the bat with no reward out of it. Now that it being at 1, this makes cards like Ash Blossom just seem so strong. Hitting your opponent's Pot of Desires. Who knows if this card will still be getting played anymore with it at 1. This might literally drop the card out of the meta completely. Who knows? But yes, Pot of Desires being hit to 1 is definitely a pretty big hit to a lot of decks. A lot of decks that have been playing this card. So, what do you guys think of the Limitless? And let me know how you feel about it in the comment section below. All right. So, before we get to unlimbs, let's get to the semi-limited first. All right, semi-limited. All right, first card on the semi-limited right off the bat. Heroes players, me being one of them, get a hero lives to 2. Man, a hero lives to 2. Wow, that is some pretty big help. Some really good consistency that heroes could definitely use. Granted, this is definitely not going to make heroes meta. I wish, man, would love heroes to be meta, but this definitely is not going to make them meta. But this is definitely going to help some increase consistency to making Dark Law a live turn 1 play all the time, and making it so that Dark Law and Plasma turn 1 is actually going to be a more consistent way to start for your turn 1 board as a hero player. So I definitely expect heroes to try to make a name for themselves on the scene. I'm definitely going to be giving it a try myself. So yeah. Next card, Fusion Destiny 2. Semi-limited Fusion Destiny. This is, I want to say, mildly surprising, because Fusion Destiny is getting a reprint, a rarity upgrade in the OTS that's coming up soon, the OTS 18. So I think Konami did this for a reason, because they're trying to let all their player base know, we know Fusion Destiny is a problem. But at the same time, we don't want to take away from you guys with the new OTS that's coming out very soon. So this Fusion Destiny 2, I honestly think it's not even really a hit. So a lot of my decks, I was actually only playing 2 Fusion Destiny for the DPE engine anyway. So this is not, I don't know. I think this is just to let people know that let the player base know that they know that Fusion Destiny is an issue. So they're going to, address it in a mild way to let people know, hey, we're keeping an eye on Fusion Destiny. And, potentially in the future, this may actually even be getting banned, just like it did in the OCG. So expect, this is like a mild surprise, but at the same time, expect it. And I expect in the future that this card will probably getting banned. But yes, Fusion Destiny at 2, not surprising completely. Nadir's Servant at 2. I thought they would probably put the card to 1. The fact that they put it to 2 is, I don't think, completely crushing to the engine. So Dogmatica engine is still going to be fairly strong. I think 2 is not going to really make a huge difference. Consistency will still be there. People may just guaranteedly play 3 Ecclesia now with the 2 Nadir Servants. But yeah, Nadir Servant at 2 is not a big hit on that engine. Next, Salamangreat Circle. This card, oh man, okay. Salad players definitely are going to be happy, for sure. I know one in particular who's going to be extremely happy. Circle to 2 is really good for this deck. Really, really good. Granted that Salah is still teetering on that rogue to like level to between tier and rogue. It's the deck is really solid. I think honestly with the new engine coming out of Grand Creators, I think it might help that deck, and then this being at 2 is also going to help a bit as well. So I think Salah is definitely going to be a contender deck to be worried about, just like Striker when Striker got engaged back to 1 especially. So yeah, this is pretty good for Salah players, and hopefully won't be too bad. I honestly think they probably should either keep this card to 1 or at least put Signet Mining to 1, because the fact that now they have 5 search cards that they can play, because they get 3 Signet Minings and now 2 circles. That's pretty interesting. And then not to mention the second effect of Circle to literally make a card unaffected by card effects, and it's a quick play spell. Like, yeah, with this element great name, meaning that it can be added back by Wolf. That's definitely a big plus for Salad decks. So, very, very interesting. Scapegoat to 2. Right now, I don't think Scapegoat's really doing much. So, Scapegoat at 2 is not amazing, nor is it impactful. So we'll see what the future holds for this card. But right now, I just can't see Scapegoat being in any relevance to the current meta at all. So yeah, I don't think this is a big deal at all. On to the Unlimited. Now this this right here, this is definitely gonna have people talking. So first off, Danger Nessie is no longer semi-limited or limited at all. So Danger Nessie at 3. I don't know. Like Danger Engine itself has not been doing a whole lot. Danger Nessie is the search card, so I don't think it's. I don't know if it's gonna do much due to the fact that Jackalope and Tsukiyomi still at 1. I mean, Bigfoot, I guess if you're playing like a pretty heavy Danger Engine, this helps your consistency for getting Bigfoot. Bigfoot's probably the big priority danger now when you're playing the Danger Engine. And so being able to search that Bigfoot more consistency, because now, like, if this card gets discarded, this is basically giving you an extra 3 Bigfoots. So Danger Nessie, I think that just helps consistency for the Danger Engine itself. Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. This card with the errata is not so hot, so at 3 it's not surprising. The card is good, still a good card, but I still can't see people play more than 1 of it unless they're like really playing a super heavy like Red Eyes or Dragon based deck that they want to summon this card for grind game purposes multiple times. Outside of that, at 3 and it having its errata making it a hard once return, this is not a big deal at all. Skull Cobra Joker once again, Pendulums, Seeing Love. I'm hoping. I got hope for Pen and all the fans of Pendulum Triff, you out there. You don't know me personally, but hey, maybe your deck will make the tier list as top decks to play, and so this is not completely surprising. Emergency Teleport. I was expecting this. I really was. It was at 2, and there wasn't like a huge deal, and people have been, having a blast, testing it, playing it in Phantom Knights and other stuff like that. We got some new support for Psychics that's coming out, and of course the card also got reprinted as a collector's rare also in the set. So, in all honesty, it at 3 is not surprising, and I don't think it's going at this very moment make a huge deal, but we'll see what the new Psychic archetype that's coming out does, and if it makes any type of impact on the meta. Regeki to 3, hogwash. Honestly, I don't think it makes that big of a deal. Honestly, we have Lightning Storm at 3, so Regeki to 3 is not like super crazy. We have Darkhold at 3, so like once I said it again, Regeki at 3, not super amazing. I'm surprised it took this long for Regeki to hit 3. So that's cool. This card, this is where the world is split. The Yu-Gi-Oh community, there are people who, on one half, probably hating Konami right now that skill drain is at 3, and then there are those other players who are absolutely happy and love the control players out there. Like, I mean, maybe even some of the older decks that like TG will be able to be played again. Like TG Control, that deck was super huge. One of the main reasons why Skill Drain got hit in the first place, because I mean that TG Skill Drain control deck was just, it was rough. It was hard to deal with back then. So this could be a big, huge factor for control decks. Like, control decks might actually have a pretty good chance of playing and dominating the games now. Like, we might be able to have a mix of a reasonable meta, and depending on the pilot of a deck, especially with skill drain at 3. I myself am not 100% against this. I honestly think this is healthy to the point where now diversity of deck tech choices becomes better. People can now think about, all right, maybe I need to actually main deck at least a few spell and trap removal cards, so that I am not completely getting crushed game 1. Like, cards like this helps change deck building, and changing deck building in this game right now, I think, is needed, because primarily people are just playing a certain way. People are like, they're citing spell trap hate, spell trap removal, and going full out on turn 1, game 1, going full out game 1, full combo, not caring, because, the decks like this, that even when they go first, the odds of them seeing a skill drain is so slim. Like with control decks, you have somebody in the back row, and they won't care. But at the same time, I feel like this card is also going to change. Like I said, it's going to change deck building. It's going to make cards like Harpy's Feather Duster see the main board more consistently. Lightning Storm may see the main board more consistently. Evenly Match may see the main board more consistently, because control decks are going to probably get played a lot more now that skill drain is at 3. So we'll see what happens. These are just my opinions and my thoughts on the whole situation. I'm just another Yu-Gi-Oh player. I'm no expert. I'm just giving my opinions. But tell me what you guys think. What do you guys think of skill drain being in the meta at 3? Skill drain at 3. Are you upset? Are you not upset? Put it in the comments below. All right. But I'm indifferent. I'm not for it. I'm not against it. So hopefully it won't create no huge issue. But I think the card. I think the card is really good. So hopefully it'll do well and make a difference in our current meta. But that's going to be it. Those are my thoughts on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Ban list. This is going to be effective as of February 22nd of 2022. We finally got the ban list. We've been waiting now for about 2 weeks. Finally got the ban list. And I honestly, in my opinion, I think this is a really good list. My opinion, I think this list is really solid. I think that's going to create some more diversity in the meta, which is what Yu-Gi-Oh needs. We need I want a meta where there's like about 5 decks contending for first place in every tournament, and multiple people get to play these up to 5 different decks instead of there being like 2 decks that hands down crush everything, and then maybe 2 other decks that have a potential chance of winning, like when they have a good hand. I'm looking forward to this. I think Grand Creators is going to also help boost the meta as well. I think this ban list also help as well create a window for other decks with this ban list with Grand Creators. So we'll see. Starting in February of 2022, we got a meta to look forward to. All right, guys. Well, this is your boy Charles, the face of trade tables, signing out. Peace. Now that you've made it to the end of the video, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get content on trade tables and Yu-Gi-Oh! Anything that you need to know, as well as check out our Facebook page, Instagram, and Twitch channel, where we'll be streaming 3 times a week, every Monday, Friday, and Sunday night at 7 p.m. to 10. As well as that, look forward to the future of our website, TradeTableGames.com. We'll be coming here near in the future where we'll be selling Yu-Gi-Oh! Product for everyone to buy. We look forward to seeing you guys there. Have a good day. Peace.